First I left old England, sure such yarns as we were told, as how folks in Australia could pick up lumps of gold. So when we got to Melbourne town, we were ready soon to slip and get even with the captain and scuttle from the ship. With me swag upon me shoulder, Black Billy in me hand, I travel the bush of Australia like a true born native man.
Okay, g'day guys. This is a video about choosing the right metal detector for you. It can be quite confusing as to what detector you're after, especially if you're new to the hobby. So I'm gonna be very direct in this this video. So let's get to it. So first off, guys, you need to decide whether you want either a metal detector for finding gold or a metal detector for finding specifically coins and treasure. Hey guys, are you hunting for coins? No. Alright. Problem solved, easy. Now, that's the first thing you need to find out. And once you do that, that eliminates a lot of possibilities on the internet or wherever you might choose to buy your metal detector. So now that you've decided what type of detecting you're going to do, it's time to start narrowing down the search results for what detector you're going to buy. Now that can include how much you want to spend and also what brand of metal detector you're after. So you've discovered what type of detecting you're going to do. In this case, it could be finding nuggets, gold nuggets, rather than finding treasure. Now once you've done that, you then eliminate all other detectors that may be treasure hunting detectors. And you can find this out fairly easy if when you search for a detector on eBay, you might be able to type in metal detector, treasure hunting metal detector, for example. Now, if you eliminate that treasure hunting and go gold detector, you're going to reduce the list of detectors out there quite drastically. And another tip is that a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go get a gold detector. Well, alright, let's define gold detector. I've run into a lot of people in the past who seem to have it in their head that there's a detector out there that only detects gold, nothing else. Now that's true to a certain extent with iron mask, where you can tune out rust and nails and so forth, but you're still going to get the lead and other brass metals being picked up on that detector. Now that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get a gold detector, or is that a metal detector? Now both detect metal, and both cannot specifically only pick up just gold. And that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. A lot of people are in that mindset that if I get a gold detector, it's only going to pick up gold. It's never going to get a nail, a washer, a bolt. No, such a detector does not exist. For example, now lead and gold are very similar on the periodic table, meaning that detectors pick them up as basically the same sort of signal. So that just further emphasizes the point of that there is no such thing as a gold detector unless you have some kind of super special secret alien detector that can somehow see through the ground, through all the junk. Then that type of technology is just not available. So don't fool yourself, guys, that there's a gold detector out there that will only detect gold. Now the third thing I want to discuss, guys, is how much you're going to spend on a detector and how often are you going to use it. Now that's probably another big deal or no deal situation. So if you're going to use it once a month for coin hunting, you're probably not going to get the most value out of your detector for the money you paid for it. If you go out and spend a 2-3 grand on a good coin detector. You're probably better off going on a lower range detector in that case. But maybe you got a lot of time on your hands, a lot of free time. Then you might be worth, say if you're going to go out maybe 3 or 4 times a week for a couple of hours, you know, sure, then maybe a more higher end detector is probably more to suit your needs, because that way you're going to get more value out of your detector. And a big thing about buying a detector and what brand to buy, do a fair bit of research. Like I said, try not to get in a debate about this whole Ford versus Holden ordeal. Rather, ask questions about how the detector works, the settings, the easiness of it. Perhaps if you had detectors in the past, you might be more familiar with such settings and that. So if that's the case, then you could probably find it quite easy to find a detector for yourself, because you got a bit of background to it. However, if you're just beginning, you're just going on the hunt, you know, I'm going to go buy a detector, get into this hobby. Never done it before, just might have seen one of my videos and gone, oh yeah, that's a good idea, Caleb, I'm going to go do that. Well, then you got to do a bit of research for yourself. And that's what I'm here for, to try and help you to do that. So, do a bit of research, maybe watch some videos on YouTube, you know, maybe some websites, maybe Facebook groups, but keep your mind open. That's my advice, because people will go, oh, don't get a Mind Lab, you know, Garrett's are the best, and then you get the Mind Lab guys too, you know, super hardcore fans, but really a lot of them do the same job. I was talking to someone not too long ago, actually, about, oh, if you found a large nugget, you know, what detector did you use to find it? You know, well, any detector, if that nugget is sitting on the surface of the ground and you waved over it with a go find, you know, that detector is going to pick that up. You know, it doesn't matter what settings you got it in, really, or how expensive that detector is. That detector will pick up that nugget if it's just sitting on the ground. So a lot of people have got this idea, oh, if you get maybe a GPZ 7000, wow, if you're going to get that, well, that's good for you, because that's a fair bit of money, a big investment in the gold market, in the gold detecting market. But a lot of people, they seem to think, oh, I'm going to go buy the latest, greatest, most expensive detector, and they have that mentality that when they buy that, the more money they throw into the hobby, the better they're going to do. And in fact, that's not the case at all, because like I said, you can have a go find 60 or something, you know, like a cheap low end detector, like good detector, sure, I've got a go find, but that will pick that nugget up. And it's just your mentality in your brain when it comes to being successful with metal detecting. So if I can just pass that on to you guys, and I just can't stress it enough that keep your mind open. Just it just, a lot of the successful guys don't actually talk much about what detectors they use or what settings they're in, because what's there to say? They use the same settings, same detectors as all you guys, and they're successful. So what's different? Why did they find gold, and why like 5 out of 6 people, you know, walking away empty-handed almost? Well, it's to do with perspective and that mental attitude. It's said that you could spend probably, the more time you spend using your detector, the better. The more you get to know your settings, the better. And once yeah, it takes a bit of work, I know. If you spread out targets, say I'm going to put, if I'm going to put maybe, okay, I'm going to talk about coins here now. If you lay out Australian coins, 5 cent, 10, 20, 50, $1, $2, pennies, all that, and you lay them out and take the time to go over them targets, maybe even do like a depth test. If you do that, you're training your mind what the IDs are, because on coin detectors you get a target ID for most of them. With a screen, I use the Equinox. You have a screen that tells you numbers that come up. That's the target ID I'm talking about. So if you spend the time to do that, getting to know your detector, you're going to have a lot more success if you buy an Equinox tomorrow, take it straight out of the box, start swinging around a park, and you get any signal, because it's new to you, you don't know at that time what a 10 cent, a 5 cent, a penny, a half penny sounds like, because you haven't taken the time to get to know your detector. And that's what probably 80% of a successful detectorist is, getting to know the detector and getting to know the hobby. And if you do that, you're going to be a lot better off, I can guarantee you, because I've seen it myself. I've actually done it myself. We're talking about gold here now. When I first got into gold prospecting, I bought a Xterra 705. Great machine, no doubt, but that machine's more on the treasure side, the more treasure hunting side, isn't it? Rather than a gold prospecting machine. And that's fine, it will find gold, as I said before. You could swing over a big nugget with it and pick it up. But I didn't do my research, you see. I was new to the hobby. I wanted to get into it. I've been doing this for 6-7 years now. I've learned a lot. A lot of it I've learned on my own, but I have met some pretty decent, helpful, wise guys out there. And a lot of it I worked out myself, and I'm trying to give that information to you guys. So I'm trying to keep this simple, but I've just so much you can only say at one time. So to recap, 3 points. When choosing a detector, one was, are you going to look for nuggets or are you going to look for gold? If you do that, you narrow down all the treasure detectors if you're going to look for gold. So you're better off with a dedicated gold machine hunting for gold nuggets than an Xterra with a gold pack on it. It's just, yeah, it's just way better off in my opinion. But it will find gold, I tell you. I found 22 nuggets. 22 bullets, lead bullets out of a 22 gun, with that Xterra. And as I said before, lead has the same elementary properties as gold. So that's number one. Know what detector what type of detector you're gonna do. Now, number two. What was number two? Good question. That's right. How often you're going to use it? If you're only going to go out for a casual swing, maybe on a Sunday with the kids, for an hour, because once a month, that's all you got time for. Yeah, you're probably better off not buying a GPZ 7000, because it's a lot of money to spend just to use it once a month. So you might be better off going for maybe a second hand, maybe a GP 3000, like something like that. Like, it's still a really good detector. It's an older detector, but it still has a good high performance in interchangeable coils, of course. So you don't have such a large amount of money tied up for such little time spent doing it, and potentially not much gain if you're not going to put the time into getting to know your detector. And number 3, getting to know your detector. I don't know if that was originally number 3 or not, but it is now. It is now. So get to know your detector. Do your research. Avoid, like the plague, Ford versus Holden people, because a lot of it is good stuff, you know. Good technology out there. But I will tell you, long-range detectors is no good. Nah. I've seen videos of people, they pull them apart, and just the rubbish circuitry in there, it's just no way that could work, you know. Just no way. And they claim it goes like, some of them, you spend like thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of dollars on what, like a bit of Chinese plastic, you know. Just avoid like the plague that. Alright guys, that concludes my video. Sorry if I ranted on a little bit, but I hope that helps you in finding the right detector for you, taking in mind the price you want to pay, how often you're going to use it. That's probably the 2 biggest contributing factors in finding a detector that will best suit you, is how much do you want to pay and how often you're going to use it. That's probably my biggest takeaway point there. So hopefully this made sense to you guys. If you got questions, you know, type words in that little rectangle thing there, and I'm always reading you guys' comments, and that's awesome. I love you guys. You always support me. That's amazing. So I hope you find the right detector for you, and hopefully you can go find that big nugget. Who knows? Alright, this is Fulo-Gold, and it's the middle of winter here in Australia, and it's freezing. Also got me new stabilizer gimbal thing going on here. That's pretty cool, and I'm hopefully going to use it to make some more videos, some gold videos for you guys. So, alright, I'm off. Thanks guys. And hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff that people do on YouTube or something. I don't know. Alright, I'm out. Bye.